Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James and today we are playing The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. The game is available by the time this goes live 2 hours from now in Australia and around the world over the course of the next 24 hours. This is without doubt my most anticipated game of the year, and it's going to take something truly extraordinary to kind of knock that off its perch. Thank you very much to PlayStation Australia for providing me with a code to enjoy. And thank you very much to Naughty Dog for presenting a chapter select, because it gives us an opportunity to dive back and go and explore this early stages chapter without spoiling anything substantial at all.
No.
As you can see, based on that little prompt, this is now flashing back to a tutorial stage of the game. The chapter select is not something that was present in the original title, and it's a fantastic, simple addition to the next to this sequel. Apologies for the PS4 Pro sounding like a jet in the background. That is purely the fact that this game is a graphical powerhouse. It looks stunning, and it's quite demanding on the console. So we'll dive into it, and please bear with any hum in the background.
I don't care about her one way or the other.
We're here with Ellie and Dina going out on patrol. This is just the daily thing in Jackson.
I've grown to like that.
We've seen Joel, we've seen Tommy, we've seen obviously Dina and Ellie here. We've had little references to the kiss that we saw in the trailer that was presented at E3 in 2018. And we're still kind of getting fairly heavily tutorialized at this point, but we're going to have some fun with some clickers and runners shortly. And that's quite cool.
Spectacular.
You're gonna point at your face, aren't you?
Nothing is that spectacular.
Oh, brother.
Come on, stupid.
So there's plenty of collectibles to find, resources to gather, ammo, all the usual fare. In fact, what I've found with my time with The Last of Us Part 2 so far is it's got a lot in common with the original game. Obviously the characters and the like, but even mechanically, Naughty Dog doesn't seem to have overhauled the general way with which we play The Last of Us. They've refined several things, they've tweaked things, but by and large, this is the experience that we got before.
What do you think of this view, huh?
Just better.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, this route has its perks.
Now, when I first played this, and this is a testament to the quality of Naughty Dog and the way they present their games visually, I caught myself looking at this backdrop here for a good 30 seconds before I realised that I was in control. Here, I've got control right now. You wouldn't necessarily know it. And it was only I was like, Ellie's gawking around, and then I kind of knocked the stick. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back in control again. So we'll jump off here and we'll get to some exploration. It does require a prompt to slide through those little gaps.
Jesse?
Eugene.
Right.
Where did you go?
Eugene. Man, he was funny.
Oh yeah.
There she is.
Plus, he taught me about rewiring electronics and stuff. May we all be that sharp at 73.
We all make it to 73.
Can't, Dina, let's go.
Through here.
Actually, no, let's just keep the light on. So we're kind of going through the ropes here. We're learning a little bit about what life is like in Jackson, 4 years removed from the conclusion of The Last of Us. We're kind of persisting. Spoilers for the original game here. Joel is persisting with the lie about how
what was this place?
the story, Ellie's story with the Fireflies ended.
Tower.
As always, the little the screws and kind of scavenge parts that are good for upgrading your weapons at a workbench. We may come across, oh yeah, the bong.
Hey, I'm gonna guess this bong was Eugene's.
Huh? It's mine. He gave it to me.
Hey, do you have any on you, actually?
Oh, I wish. Eugene always had some on him.
Sign in. We can see some past guests, Tommy and Joel, and another Tommy and Joel situation. Jesse and Dina have been here before, Dina and Eugene. We've got a whole host of different folks that have kind of dropped through, or combinations of folks that have dropped through at different points. And they're basically just checking in. They're looking for clickers or runners or any other form of infected out there.
And there.
As you can see, it's only monthly. They're not going nearly often enough as far as I'm concerned, but
Come here. Town up ahead's our last stop. Take a look.
There's the town. With the big tower thing?
Yep, that's where the next lookout is.
That a supermarket?
Yeah.
We'll
pass
be
that
heading
on our
there
way into
shortly.
town.
Ah, there's a ski lodge. That's the one on Tommy and Joel's route.
That's the one.
and that's it for this little peek through the binoculars.
Get back to the horses.
Very much want to take you to the action of taking on the infected.
Were you wearing those same clothes yesterday?
They're clean.
No judgment.
It's patrol, you know. We're here to kill infected, not to look fancy.
Still look nice.
Thank you.
The branding, quite a lot of detail just even on the horses. But this is Naughty Dog, they don't miss the mark when it comes to attention to detail.
Come on.
Alright, let's go.
I think we should go out like Eugene.
From a stroke?
No, from old age. Like living a long life.
You? No way. Come on. You're way too reckless.
Oh, look who's talking.
Well, you'll probably die from hypothermia from wearing canvas sneakers in the snow.
I am wearing boots today.
It's our first somewhat
Hey, should we check these
wide
houses out?
linear scenario here where we can jump off the horse and explore a little bit. There's collectibles and things to find, obviously more resources and the like. Again, when
What do you know
opportunities
about
like
this
this
place?
emerge, they're things that you're going to want to take advantage of, especially if you're looking to dive into the story. But also, if you do want to kind of keep yourself restocked, give yourself a little bit of an edge, there's some supplements there. Remember, we can from the first game that we can, if we collect enough supplements there, we
Shares are
can
neat.
improve various
Nice little
abilities.
portable
Works a little bit
home.
differently here in The Last of Us Part 2.
You think?
But the
people
idea
really
remains the
travel a lot
same.
these days?
Collect enough supplements, upgrade,
Wouldn't you?
continue to upgrade down the
I
tree.
mean, if I'd lived pre-outbreak, yeah, I'd go see the whole country.
Or travel to
Now,
another
I'm not going to
country.
stop to scavenge everything in this particular
Maybe one day
case.
we will.
We'll make sure to get the ammo there.
Keep dreaming.
We'll bounce from here.
Jesse talked a lot about going to Canada. He said there's these like giant.
And there's
waterfalls.
houses to explore. You can kind of get a bit creative and climb
Really?
across.
He's such a hardcore Jackson
We've
guy.
got a jumping
Everybody's got a
mechanic
dream.
that's not constrained to very specific scenarios like what we had from the original game. Ellie's just more mobile than Joel. So, now cards to collect.
Ooh, I don't have this one.
Isn't it one of those superhero cards you're all into?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll pop that away.
What are you doing tonight?
Oh,
I was Thinking of inviting Joel to watch a movie?
Oh. You guys good?
Yeah.
What movie?
There's a little bit of conflict between Joel and Ellie recently.
Curtis and Viper 2. That's the one that's been on my radar for a while.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Well, we
There's
used to watch
collectibles
these
to find.
cheesy
I know.
80s
I'm
action
kind of
movies.
trying to keep half an eye out because there was just one
Oh, no.
artifact that I missed when I went through this
actually really
segment the
like them
first
too.
time around. I reckon it might be
What
up
about
here.
you? What are you doing later?
Don't think I've been up here before.
Some people were talking about sneaking out. Going sledding.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. You want to meet up after?
Okay. Maybe I'll play guitar for you.
Okay.
Let's keep looking around.
What's Curtis and
Do
Viper
not want to
2
miss
about?
anything.
Okay.
More
So
supplements.
2 former commandos that go rogue to fight bad guys. And I think in this one, they go up against Russian spies or something.
I'm more interested in this than I thought I would be.
Alright, so the young one, Viper, he's a trained
There's our
ninja,
missing artifact.
and he's a complete badass.
So how old is he
Message
in
to
the
Santa.
first movie?
10.
Wait, how many movies did they make of this?
I think they made
Right, let's jump out the door.
4?
Jeez.
Joel actually saw the last one in the theater. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So again, there's all this
Everybody out
scavenging you
there
can
is
do and
still
just
making movies.
kind of dive into the world and see what there is to see
They're all
and
just like us.
collect
Just surviving day to day.
resources, trinkets,
Well, I write
artifacts,
new music.
just to learn more about the world and keep ahead of the threat of the infected or the WRF or the Seraphites as they get introduced later in the game. Where's Dina gone? There she is. Over we go.
Easy going. Shit.
Time to deal with some infected.
What the fuck? That smell. Looks like infected did this.
How many do you think it would take to bring down a moose?
More than one. Where the hell are they?
Let's go find them.
So we can, very quickly toggle between, as the prompt kind of indicated there, we can toggle between the guns really quickly. We've got our stealth, our listen mode, that's still available to us.
Got more blood.
We can see the silhouettes, the shapes kind of in the distance there.
I hear some inside. How the fuck did they get in there?
More importantly, how do we get in there? Dina, this way.
There we go, we can see one, that'll be a runner hunched over. Very graphic, and they show us. You don't have to, like I pan the camera around there, but they'll show you every little bit of the violence if need be.
That's one.
Got a few options to explore. We've got this door here, locked, no good. But there's always ways around it. And the prompt there just kind of tells us that. Jump through the window here, out the back. Some goodies to find. Ammo, supplements. And then, as the prompt indicated, we can open the door from the other side. There we go. The genius of the level design is that by doing that, by following that kind of fairly clear little indication, like, hey, there's an open, I walk into the room, there's an open window here, I follow it, I learn about some of these mechanics, these kind of options to kind of pursue those side paths, go look behind, find ways to get around locked doors. I pop out through the locked door and instantly the camera's panning towards my destination. They're introducing these things whilst making it feel incredibly organic. It's really genius design, yet incredibly simple at the same time. Here we go. There we go.
good?
Yeah,
Nice throw, by the way.
thanks.
The way we came in was barricaded.
Oh,
How'd that runner get in here?
Yeah, it's a good question.
What's the most infected you've ever taken down on patrol?
It's gotta be the one I had with Joel a year or so ago. It was like, I don't know.
one thing I do enjoy, like when it came to kind of scavenging a little bit
We had
in
about 20
the
ones.
original game, if you found a drawer with the triangle prompt and you'd mash it naturally, there'd always be something in there. You just saw a moment ago that there's drawers that are empty, and like that's just how it is sometimes. Not every drawer is going to be chock-a-block with goodies.
More runners.
Let's keep it quiet.
Let's see how it goes.
Dina will get him or her. Can't tell from here. There's more of them inside. It's slow, it's methodical, it's brutal, it's The Last of Us. Oh, am I gonna get spotted? I did.
Watch out!
Not really what I'd planned. I like the pulse. There's still
That all of them?
this little indicator that kind of life is there, and it's
Looks
just
like it.
it's flickering out. But
We've still got to get the ones in the supermarket.
Let's keep circling the building.
I like that once they're dead, they don't
Be a win.
instantly, when you go back into stealth, show up as dead. It takes a few seconds just for that light to kind of fade away. As horrible and brutal as that is. Alright, so we'll head out.
Ellie, help me up there. I want to look around.
Let's do it.
Alright, go ahead.
There's a hole in the roof over there.
Yeah, just help me up.
Here.
Dina, you gotta stop gas bagging. Just get to the point.
Thanks.
Look. See?
Alright. Let's figure
Okay,
out
we'll
how
get
to
over
in
there. So as well as your kind of crouch, you can now go prone as well, which you may or may not have seen in the gameplay demos that have been made available so far. But it's quite cool. And adds kind of an extra layer to stealth.
Ellie? Are you clean?
Yeah. Just banged up.
Please die of old age and not because you get infected.
Notice
I
how
really don't
Dina
wanna
doesn't
shoot you
know.
in the face.
Remember, Ellie's immune.
Cool.
So it's a secret that her and Joel have kept from everyone else. Now that one's a little bit darker. We won't worry too much about that.
See any way to that roof?
I'm not sure.
This way.
There we go.
I'm in.
Ellie's a bit banged up after that encounter with the runner.
Hey, got some alcohol.
Couple of rags.
Here, fix yourself up.
It's a little mini tutorial here. Good, and then heal.
I see spores in there.
Mask on.
Got it.
And again, Ellie's doubling down. The mask's
I
on.
won't have to shoot you in the face.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Now, if anyone knows The Last of Us, they know that
All these
spores
mean they've been
mean
here for a while.
they've been there a
Keep your
while.
eyes
We're
peeled for
talking about
other
more
infected.
intense, more dangerous forms of infected. We're talking clickers, we're
this
talking
part of the
bloaters, we're
signal?
talking stalkers, we're talking
know.
worse. Because
Think
apparently
about
there's
it.
worse. We've
Let's get to the
learnt
ground
through
floor.
some of the promos, the state of play dedicated to the game that came that aired about a month ago. Basically, when reviewers were first getting their hands on the game. Back out of there. Now the next thing, I want you to note 2013, July 2013, The Good Boy. Because in here, we have a safe. And similar to the original game, where you would need to find some of the little artifacts or the notes being left laid around, such as this, he's kind of prompted us. Yo, Kristen, left the real shit in the safe for you. Combos the date, my good boy. You know, good boys like doggos. Got employee of the month, blah, 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 blah. So you go over there, you go, oh, July 2013. Okay, fantastic. So then, and see, even the photos kind of indicating the good boy being the dog, the same photo that we saw up on the thing there. Go to the safe, punch in the code for July 2013. And Bob's your own.
Oh shit.
Handy little stash of supplements and ammo and craftables. All the things that any survivor wants. Okay, nothing else to find, so let's get out of here. Still a lot of empty drawers. There's a few more supplements. We'll creep through this door. Ugh, fuckers. Remember, they can't see, they can only hear. But if you excite them enough, they'll get you.
Shh. Fucking clickers. Here we go. Keep it extra quiet.
Horribly ugly things. You always want to know where a clicker is because they will one-shot you. if you've already aggroed them, you're going to have to shoot them. Or beat them to a pulp with a pole or something like that.
Motherfuckers make my skin crawl. Let's make sure the rest of the building's cleared out. And then get the fuck out of here. Speaking my language.
So I'm not going to get to show you any of the WRF or the Seraphites or anything like that in this particular segment. Like I said before, they're not introduced yet, and it'll be a little while
Dina.
yet before that's the case.
We'll help.
But it's a nice snapshot into the playing experience, which you are, if you've played the original Last of Us and you're only watching this for the first time and you haven't had a chance to play the final game, you'll notice it is the same Last of Us experience that we're used to, the way it plays. Ellie is lighter on her feet, so she's a bit more mobile. There's a few perks that come with that. But aside from that,
I'll make you a present.
it's the same game at its core. So
Ellie.
we'll continue to load up on supplements here. Molotov.
Here. Thanks.
So you can take a little bit of a look, but there's not much to see here. It's a
Careful with that.
Molotov.
I'm a pro. We're not done.
Now we've got our first kind of somewhat challenging encounter with
Hit the runners first.
the infected, because we've got combinations of runners and clickers. So you may be trying to stealth past a clicker or to stealth over to a clicker, but the runner can still see you. So you've got to be far more considered and far more strategic when you've got all of these parties together. Oh, jeez. Are there any more left?
And he's still moving?
That is definitely not how I got through that the first time.
Nope.
All right, we got through anyway.
I'm impressed
Oh.
with us.
Yeah. Man, the guys are not
And
gonna
again,
believe our
like we
numbers.
can stealth between the aisles here, so there's more versatility. Ellie's size opens up more possibilities. There's so many handy little things that can kind of come from this
Agreed.
this change of character and the way we can play the game and the technical improvements that have been made.
Do you see a way out?
But while Dina and Ellie try and find themselves a way out of this place, that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Again, a big thank you to PlayStation Australia for providing me with a code. The game is available in 2 hours from now if you're in Australia. New Zealand, you've already got it. The rest of the world, you're only a few hours off, so please enjoy, take your time, bask in it. There are some truly awful, challenging moments that will be presented by this game, mechanically, thematically, and in terms of the general plot. I have to say, on occasions, I put the game down and just refused to play anymore off the back of it. Like, I was affected, but like it's the Naughty Dog storytelling that you come to expect. It's powerful, it's strong, and it hits hard. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below, and hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched, The Insider, More Player 2 Plays, Late Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole lot more. There's some awesome stuff there, so please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where there's been some awesome guests in recent weeks and months. Most recent guests on the show, Terry Velman and Adam Dozwan Drucker, who have been working most recently on Sludge Life and Disc Room, both indie games under the Devolver banner there. Both incredibly accomplished people, so go and check out the podcast, subscribe, listen to their career so far play out. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kick in a few bucks. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes, while at the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games. The website you find at Player2AU. And until next time, that has been The Last of Us Part 2. Please go check out our review on the website. Matt Hewson did a fantastic job putting it together. And I'm so glad that I now just get to play this kind of my own way. I've been waiting for this for 7 years. It's been worth it so far. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.